Hello everyone and welcome on this new late week analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. So as you can see, unfortunately, the Euro USD signal and the Pound USD of course have failed. Unfortunately, the market did not go as I have expected, but however, for the rest of the signals, AUD USD went straight to the take profit level. USD CAD also hit the take profit level. USD JPY has exceeded also the safe zone, so we can consider it as a failed signal. But actually, what I'm telling everyone is you have to consider the signal as a failed one only if the market has made a strong bearish breakout outside of the safe zone. But anyway, for the sake of the new members who don't know this, let's consider this as a failed signal. USD CHF is still ranging at the entry, and gold, oh boy, the gold is the only signal which is now running in profit of about 112 pips. So what can we do next in the remaining days of this week? And let's now begin with the Euro USD. Now let's be clear here, we can no longer buy the Euro USD. Actually, the market, my friends, has showed us right here a double top pattern, which indicates that we have to consider selling the market. Of course, when I send the signal to the buy, that price action did not exist yet. However, let's now delete the old signal and let's see now what we can do next with the Euro USD. Let's delete also the take profit level. Now, as we can see right here, back to the 4-hour time frame, that double top pattern has appeared, of course, and therefore it's a sign, of course, that we have to consider selling the market. Now the question is where exactly we can sell the market. Now, as we can see, we're having a very clear level of a resistance right here exactly at 1.0998. Now there is a possibility that we can start selling the market right here. However, I want to rely on the resistance trend line, as we can see right here. That is, of course, my friends, what we call the magic of trend lines. So what I will do right now, after connecting this trend line to this higher high to this lower high resistance trend line, is simply drag the very same level of a resistance trend line and place it just right there at the nearest resistance trend line, expecting from the market to respect that level as a resistance trend line, and from that point it's going to continue the fall. Now there is a rule here that once we are seeing a strong bearish breakout candle, we have to look, let me just zoom in, we have to look at the nearest tail to that bearish breakout candle, and from that point we can start selling the pair. Now, by looking at the resistance trend line, we can notice that it's actually matching up with this rule, or with this style or strategy in finding the good entries, which means if we wait for the Euro USD to reach that level, it most likely won't be able yet to reach that level of a resistance trend line. But if we increase the entry point to be exactly right there at the previous tail, exactly right here at 1.193, check this out. The market, first of all, is going to be able to reach the level of a resistance trend line to retest it, and also it will reach the previous level of a support right here, the nearest tail to that bearish breakout candle, and from that point we can safely start selling the pair. That's going to happen after the Euro USD rises for another 32 pips. Therefore, for the safety, and by the way, of course, oh, no need to mention that. Okay, for the safety of my followers and to have a good entry, I'm going to send the signal to sell exactly at that point. Or you know what, let's just make it a little bit, just a nudge, exactly right here. Yeah, just to make sure that it's going to be a good and safe entry, because as you can see right here, this was, of course, a strong resistance level right before that fake breakout has appeared. Therefore, I feel much confidence in selling at 1.140. And the take profit level, of course, is going to be right here, the lowest level of the support at 1.09163. And the safe zone, that shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this level of a wick, actually, and a previous support at 1.10432, which means the safe zone ranging for 38 pips only against 87 pips of profit. Let's now move to the Pound USD. Alright, so of course the Pound USD did not, of course, respect that level of a support trend line which I have drawn here. However, of course, the signal has failed and we can no longer keep buying the market. Now it's important to mention that regarding the Pound USD, the market has formed here a triple top pattern, which is of course a very good sign that the market is going to continue to fall. And I believe it's really simple for the Pound USD. We are seeing right here a real level of a resistance exactly right there, to be precise, exactly just right there. Yes, fantastic. This was of course the real level of a resistance, and if we check the Fibonacci retracement, of course we can see that this is Fibonacci 50 as well, which means we can actually wait for the pound USD to rise for another 33 pips. First of all, it's gonna be retesting the nearest resistance zone right here to that bearish breakout candle, and also it's gonna be reaching Fibonacci 50, and that's gonna be the best level where we can start selling the pair. Add to the mix also the broken level of a support trend line right here. So the market has finally managed to make a strong bearish breakout from that support trend line. This was of course the breakout candle. Therefore, let's wait for the pound USD to rise a little bit more to reach that level of a resistance, and of course to create a new resistance trend line. And from there we can actually expect to the fall to happen for the pound USD. Therefore, we will sell the pair at that point. However, for the take profit level, I think we can make it right here. Yes, absolutely. That level of the lowest level of the support, exactly right there at 1.23438. That's gonna be, guys, our take profit level, aiming 104 pips of profit. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging higher than this level of a resistance, because we are mainly relying on the broken level of a support trend line. And if the market is going to be able to reach the edge of the safe zone, then that means that this level has actually not been broken out from, and eventually we had here only a fake breakout. But again, I don't think this is going to happen. With the triple top pattern, most likely the pound USD will continue the fall. Therefore, the safe zone, guys, is going to be ranging for about 48 pips against 104 pips of profit. Let's now move to the AUD USD. Alright, so at least the AUD USD hit the take profit level. It went in the right direction. It has reversed just like 10 pips far away from the entry. Of course, we cannot consider this signal as activated, but however, at least it went in the right direction, and that's somehow good for me. Anyway, what is the next movement for the AUD USD? Most likely, guys, the pair will continue the fall eventually and gonna reach the level of a support right here at 0.65741. That means at some point we have to find where we can exactly start selling the market. Now, if we look closer, we are having here a structure, and let me just get rid of the ray. Now we are having here that structure, that triangle, and seems like the AUD USD has indeed managed to make the bearish breakout from that structure. Now, there is a possibility that the market will continue the rise to retest the broken level of the previous support trend line right here to create eventually a new resistance trend line. Therefore, by looking at the left side, we can notice right here exactly, right there, that we are having a strong level of a resistance at 0.66735. Let's add to the mix, of course, the resistance trend line as well. And as you can see, that is actually a perfect match. We can actually expect from the AUD USD, upon the pressure from the support right here, to make a pullback and continue the rise to reach that level of a previous support. First of all, it will be retesting the broken level of a support. It will be retesting the previous level of a resistance. It will be also retesting the same level of a resistance trend line. It will also be retesting the broken level of a structure that we're having right here. So therefore, I would strongly recommend to sell the AUD USD exactly once the market reaches that level of a previous support to retest the level, and that's gonna happen. Let me just make it accurate, exactly right here. That's gonna happen after the market rises for another 40 pips, and if that happens, we can actually expect to make about 98 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this level of a resistance right here, because we are mainly relying on the broken level of a support and the previous resistance and the broken level of a structure right here. That means the safe zone, exactly just like that, should not be ranging higher than 36 pips only against 100 pips of profit. Let's now move to the USD CAD. So the USD CAD, guys, has hit already the take profit level, but of course did not trigger our buy area. Let's see now what we can do next with this pair. Actually, giving the right direction without activating is way better than giving a wrong signal, which is of course obvious. Anyway, what we can do next? Right now, my friends, we are having here a support, a trend line which has been respected. Now what you will do next, and by the way, I'm using here the magic of trend lines, is by simply drag the same support trend line and place it just right there at the nearest resistance trend line plus the nearest support trend line as well, which was also a resistance trend line as well. Don't you guys see the magic in this? I mean, really, this is the reason I'm calling it the magic of trend lines. Anyway, let's see now on the left side if we are having indeed a strong support level which we can rely on, and that's actually very obvious right here exactly at 1.35892. That was of course a real level of a support, a fake breakout, and then a real level of the support which has also been respected later and became, check this out, not even a single resistance trend line in this spot, not even one. That means this level has actually been much stronger as a support trend line than a resistance trend line, and the market has made here the bullish breakout from that level of a resistance right here. That being said, we can actually expect from the pair to respect the previous level of a support trend line and a broken level of a resistance trend line to create to become, of course, a new support trend line number one. That being said, the USD CAD has to fall for about 28 pips before we can start buying it, and the take profit level is going to be just at the nearest strong real level of a resistance at 1.36953, which means we will be aiming 106 pips against a safe zone that shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a previous resistance right here at 1.35481, which means the safe zone going to be ranging for about 41 pips against 105 pips of profit. And moving now to the USDJPY, which is going to be a little bit weird because I still want to buy the USDJPY. I still insist that the market is going to be respecting the broken level of a structure that we are having right here. And as you can see, maybe my chosen safe zone was not so smart. However, the only edit that I will add to the USDJPY is adjusting the entry to the buy to be exactly right here, and the safe zone to be just right here at the lowest level of the support, just like this. So actually, choosing this level as an entry point was actually the smartest thing to do. As you can see, the market right now is ranging exactly at the entry point. Therefore, I would still suggest to start buying the USDJPY exactly from this level at 133.597. I think that's a smarter entry. Also, as we can see right here, it's also respecting the support trend line that we're having right here. As we can see, check this out, guys. This was, of course, a perfect match for the support trend line. So therefore, I don't know if anyone gonna have a chance to enter this signal. USDJPY signal almost remains the same, with adjusting the entry to be at 133.597. That's everything for this pair. Let's now move to the USD CHF. Alright, so the USD CHF, guys, actually I have given it a lot of thoughts, and I think maybe we should no longer sell the pair. Look at the daily chart, guys. The daily chart shows us right here now a strong rejection to break out from that level of a support. Not only that, but we're having here a twin candles or a twin bars. Usually, guys, once we see a twin bars on the pattern, or actually on a support, it's usually a good sign that we have to consider buying the market. So of course, on the daily chart, this was the candle of Tuesday. However, that's the reason, of course, we can no longer continue selling the pair. So moving now to the 1 hour time frame. Now where exactly we can start buying the USD CHF? Now, as you can see, we have to consider that we're having here also a previous level of a support, and as you can see, the opening candle of Wednesday has actually made a strong bearish breakout from here. Actually, sorry, a pin bar, I mean, sorry, not a bearish candle. However, it has exceeded that by almost 10 pips. And right now, the market is just like 11 pips far away from that entry. That's, of course, guys, the entry that I would like to suggest. However, we have to consider that we are also having right here a previous level of a resistance. But I want also, guys, to remember something. My strategy says that we have to always buy at the nearest support to the bullish breakout candle. That's going to be always the best level to start buying any market. Right there, exactly. Now, guys, let me just tell you something what I'm doing right here. Now, the logical entry is going to be right here at that level of a support, but for the safety for my followers and to have a really perfect entry, I have to add some space for the candles to breathe. And from my experience, I have a feeling actually that the market will continue the fall to reach that point of a previous support, and a broken level of a resistance. And if I'm not mistaken, that's gonna be Fibonacci 61.8. Almost 61.8. That's gonna be the maximum level where we can wait for the USD CHF to fall to before we can start buying it. That's the reason I'm sending you the signal to buy exactly at that point. Let me just increase it a little bit only, exactly right here at 0.88922. And the take profit level, of course, has got to be right here at the highest level of a resistance at 0.89714, which means we will actually be expecting to make approximately 80 pips profit from this signal, and a safe zone that should not be ranging lower than this level of the lowest level of the support, which is by the way a double bottom pattern. Of course, it's going to be ranging for about 31 pips only against 80 pips of profit. And let's now move to the gold. Alright, so the gold was the only signal which has worked perfectly fine and running so far in a good profit of about 126 pips of profit. I know some of you guys don't enter any of my signals except for the gold, and I hope you guys are running now in profit. If you're really in profit, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are following this channel without subscribing. Anyway, what can we expect next with the gold? Actually, not much. We are having here also a broken level of a resistance trend line, and as you can see, the market has already retested the broken level of a resistance trend line, and most likely right now, guys, it's gonna continue the rise. Therefore, if you guys have actually missed entering the gold, I would actually suggest to buy it again if it fall all the way right here to retest the broken level, to create a second attempt of the support, because this was of course support number 1. It was also the previous level of a resistance, and as you can see right here, let me just zoom out. It's gonna be difficult. Let me just show it to you. We are having here also a support trend line just like this. So as you can see, this was of course the real level of a support trend line, a fake breakout, and then the support trend line has been respected. Then it became a resistance trend line right here and finally faced a bullish breakout candle. Therefore, if the market is gonna make a pullback upon the pressure from the resistance right here at the price of 2000, then you can actually expect from the market to make a pullback and buy again right on the second attempt of the support, because again, this right here was support number 1. It was also a previous support zone on the left side, so therefore we cannot ignore this one. So I would suggest to buy again at 1994.51 if you wish to enter the signal, of course considering the same take profit and the same safe zone. So I think, guys, that's gonna be everything for the the late week analysis. Again, I'm doing the best I can to provide you with these signals. I would really appreciate, guys, if you can hit the like button at least and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if some of these signals have failed, my apologies about it. Of course, I'm doing the best I can to analyze the market. It's not possible, of course, to give 100% accurate signals every week. I have to analyze the market at least 3 times every week and send it to you, and each video have to reach the entry and the take profit level. And trust me, guys, that's not an easy job at all. It's really difficult, it's really hard. I'm doing the best I can, and hopefully I'm gonna achieve the target and you will be satisfied with the results. Anyway, in the end, I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.